So we've kind of been keeping a really, really big secret from you guys.
So first off, we wanted to apologize. Yes, we've been away for a little bit. We've been extremely busy with a bunch of different things. We've gone on a couple of trips to visit some family and stuff like that and take care of ourselves, which brings us to the topic at hand. Welcome to Crocks in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Brian, and this is Elsie.
Wait, what?
Yes.
You guys are probably like thousands of questions right now. Like what is
Tons.
going, what, where, what, how, who, what, when.
Yes.
Here we go.
So, as you guys may remember, back after Jessica's diagnosis, she had her initial surgery, which took out one of her ovaries. Between the time of the surgery and the time of when her chemo started, we decided that we were going to do the best chance that we could at that time to possibly have a family in the future.
Yes.
And that meant doing 2 rounds of egg retrieval.
Yes. So the other thing is a lot of people question my initial surgery that I had where they found a mass on my ovary, why they didn't just do the full hysterectomy while they were in that surgery, and if it was because we were planning on having children or any of that kind of stuff. We just wanted everybody to realize we went into that surgery saying, yes, we are, in our 30s and we've been married for a while. We've been talking about possibly trying for kids very soon. But that being said, anything you guys need to do in that surgery, whether it makes it impossible for us to have our own natural children, we'll figure it out. We'll do whatever. But the surgery that I had, they actually wanted to leave everything else intact because they didn't know what kind of cancer it was yet. And depending if I needed radiation or any of that kind of stuff, some of the organs in there could actually help protect some other stuff.
Yep.
So they did the best that they did what they would have done in that initial surgery, whether or not children were a factor. So just want to throw that out there. We didn't put my life at risk for this.
Yes. And I also wanted to say that, yes, we went into doing egg retrieval, asking a lot of questions
Very
about
cautious.
whether this would affect her cancer, because I didn't want to risk her life even more, just for the sake of possibly having children. We talked to every single doctor that we interacted with, including the oncologists at Mayo Clinic, the people at the Fertility Clinic, anybody that we could ask about this, and they were all like, no, this will not affect her cancer whatsoever. It will be perfectly safe to do the egg retrieval. And so we did the 2 rounds of egg retrieval.
Yes. They were even, the doctors at Mayo Clinic were even, we said, if I need to start chemo right now and skip the 2nd round of egg retrieval, we can. But they were like, no, we do the 2nd round and then we'll start the chemo.
Yep.
And it all kind of worked out. So the results of our 1st round of egg retrieval were we got 1 embryo that made it through all the little phases and went on to be tested. They do genetic testing on them to make sure that they are viable to be transferred. And I don't want to say what the sex is. Well, they know already.
They know already.
It's a
We
girl.
just said that it was a girl.
So,
So here's the other thing too. We actually have a lot of stuff that we recorded during that time, and we are definitely going to do more videos on the egg retrieval process. So after we did the egg retrieval for the rounds and did all the testing that we could, those little embryos sat frozen.
Yes, we had 3 total. So
3.
We got 1 from the 1st round, which was a girl. We got 2 from the 2nd round that were deemed viable, ready for transfer, which was another girl and a boy.
Yes. So they were frozen, the little crocksicles, while Jessica went through all of her chemotherapy. And we had the whole fiasco with trying to get the surgery done and all of that. And so Jessica finally gets her full hysterectomy done in February.
Yes. No, it's actually in January.
January. Sorry. In January.
In January 16th, which actually is exactly 6 months from today, which is July 16th,
Yep.
I had a full hysterectomy. So and that's where we actually got the really good news that everything that they took out during that second surgery, they didn't find any more cancer.
Yes.
And so we're like, okay, maybe 2023 is our year of like good news, whereas 2022 was like the worst year of our lives.
Yes.
So you may be thinking, wait a minute, if you got a hysterectomy, then where did little Elsie come from?
Yes. So 2 weeks after Jessica's surgery.
Yes, February 1st, 2 weeks and 2 days.
2 weeks and 2 days. We actually had to book it back home from Minnesota to go back home to the St. Louis area for this to happen.
Ah, there it is. Oh, it's so tiny. Oh my God. That's exciting. What's she doing?
She's ready.
She's just hanging out.
Rotating.
She's hanging out.
She's dancing.
So now she's gonna get that.
Oh, she just vacuumed her up. She's like, what the?
So then a few days later, this happened.
Wait, what?
And
We're making a baby.
you made a baby.
Oh my God. She's literally pregnant.
We have no idea how long that clip actually was, so we're just going to have to edit around this right now.
It's only audio because it was like super early in the morning and we had just gotten word that, it was just the audio. It was a video that I took, but it's just blank.
Yes.
It's dark.
So, Jessica,
Yes.
how do we have a child coming when you no longer have the capabilities to carry a child?
Well, a few months into this crazy journey that we've been on, my wonderful, amazing cousin, Tess, called me up and out of the blue and was like, hey, so if you guys ever need a surrogate, I would love to be your surrogate. And we were over the moon thrilled because she was, as we'd started kind of casually brainstorming, like, who would maybe carry this baby someday if I'm not able to? Like, who would do it? And so she was probably, well, she was the top of our list. The crazy thing, and I'll bring her on and she'll tell her story about it, but she actually had thought about getting an ablation a few years before, which would have rendered her unable to carry a child. But then she had this thought that, like, maybe someday that there would be somebody, like, she was done having children, but like her working parts could be, you know, a benefit to somebody else. And it turns out that it was us. And I'm not gonna cry, but it's just like,
it's amazing. It's amazing, and as me as a believer, I can't help but see the hand of God throughout the entire process.
Well, you have to remember, like, I mean, the odds of it all, of her having that thought and like just that like message come to her to say like, hey, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe there's a reason why, you know, everything worked out the way it did in her life and led her to this place, and everything worked out with us and let us, you know, and she's my favorite cousin. Like, she's literally, we're like, so we have always just had this connection.
We're like sisters.
It's always been Tess and Jess. We have just always been, you know, like, she actually lives in Ohio, so we've never lived in the same area, but even then we've always over the years made it a priority to visit each other and really stay close with each other, and we just have a connection, and we've always just been, since we were kids, doing like little plays for our parents at like holiday gatherings. We would be like coming up with stupid little plays to do, and like, I don't know, whatever, but I never imagined that we would have this connection now, and it's just such an amazing thing, and it's such a selfless thing that she has done for us. And I can't, like, I still have yet to figure out adequately any kind of way to even begin to chip away at the block of thanking her.
Yeah.
But
it's an insurmountable
we
task.
just absolutely love her, and we are just over the moon that she was able to, you know, that everything has worked out. We did do that embryo transfer that we did. That first one was the girl that we got from the first round of egg retrieval. And they said at that point there's like a 65% chance once they do the transfer of everything working out and, you know, the pregnancy taking and all that stuff. And we were very fortunate that it worked out the very first time we did the transfer. So,
which is also one of the reasons why we haven't really told anybody to this point, because we last year we were waiting for the other shoe to drop on everything.
Yeah, we have been very timidly approaching this amazing news because we just got bad news after bad news after bad news so much last year that I think we were both kind of like a little gun shy with like, okay, you know, do we want to, you know, announce it, make a formal announcement? We haven't even posted it on like our personal social media.
That's happening today.
That's happening today, but it's kind of like the world's worst kept secret.
It is the worst kept secret because we tell everybody.
Everybody we see in person, we've told, like all of our really close friends and family know. And if even some of you who've seen us in person just randomly over the last few months,
there are some fans that we've ran into that have known for months now.
I'm like, so we have a secret. And like some of you that I'm really close to, like I've told, apologies if there's anybody that we haven't told that you feel like you should have been told about this. But anyway, we were just a little bit like doing a formal announcement. We were just waiting for it to feel right. And I feel like now we're 96 days away, you guys.
From today.
She's coming in 96 days.
Yes.
Like, well, that's when she's due. She might come earlier.
What's her actual due date?
Her due date is October 20th.
Yep.
So I'm just like, I just want to hold her. I just want to have her with me. It's really, really been hard to like not.
We want baby in hand.
Yeah, it's hard to not carry her, and I feel like I can't do anything to like protect her. But then I realized that I've also, you know, gotten the best person that you could ever think of to protect her, and that's my cousin Tess.
And Tess has been like the most positive person throughout the entire process. She literally from the first transfer was like, this is gonna work.
Yeah,
it's gonna work.
Kept up the positivities. We've had a few bumps along the way, and we'll talk about those in future videos.
Yes.
But she's kept up the positivity and really just like, she's done so much for me over the last several months to help with my mental health as well. And just knowing that she's out there protecting our little girl and carrying her around is, you know, but I don't even know what else to say. What else?
So, Jessica, why did we name her Elsie?
Okay, so her name is Elsie Clara. So Elsie Clara Krock. This is a little onesie that I ordered on Etsy with her little name on it. Isn't it the cutest? And we can also show the little photo that I made for like her little announcement that we're going to post on our social media and stuff like that.
Yes. So why did we name her Elsie?
So we named her Elsie because my grandmother, if you guys remember a couple years ago, my grandmother passed away on my mom's mom, and her name was Elsie Clara. And when she passed away, I just had this like overwhelming, I said to Brian, I was like, if we have a girl someday, like I want to name her Elsie Clara.
And I was down for it.
And it just, I can't imagine like naming her anything else at this point. Like that's who she is. So I know some people are like, wait till the baby comes out to see, but like, I have so much hope, and I feel like she's just going to be so special. She's, you know, we've fought a long and hard battle to get to this point, and it's just, we're just over the moon.
Yes. So, this kind of leads to us wrapping up this video for the most part. But we also wanted to give you a little bit of an update because we have Jessica's 6-month scans coming up in just a few weeks, really.
Yeah, so I after my surgery in January, they wanted to check me every 3 months. So the first 3-month one was in May and everything was clear, but the next 3-month one is August, in the beginning of August.
Yep.
So we're just like I just need these scans to go well because sometimes I lay awake at night and I just am Googling like,
we need more good news.
Googling bad things about ovarian cancer and all that. And so I just need these scans to go all right because I can't if we go there and they're like, oh, we see this, you need to do more chemo right now, like, I just can't imagine trying to face any of that while also trying to just celebrate and, have a baby coming. So it's going to be a the next few weeks are going to be a little stressful leading up to that. I'm very, very anxious about it. But I'm very hopeful that everything will continue to be okay with the scans.
I have faith that they're going to be perfect. They're going to give you scans and they're going to be like, nope.
Yeah.
Either nothing has changed from the last time, or they're going to be like, everything's gone.
Well, yeah. So that is coming up. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Yes.
You guys probably have still a million questions in your brain right now. There's probably stuff we didn't cover that we should have.
Yep.
If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. We will certainly do Q&As on, any of this any topics that you are wondering about at this point. Also, I think our next video is going to be a little bit of a kind of life update / what happens next for us? What does this mean for us? What does this mean for the channel? This isn't going to become the baby channel, but as with everything else, we're going to obviously incorporate our lives into the channel.
We're just adding another Krock to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Multiple Krocks in the kitchen.
Multiple. It's now no longer just 2.
But I'm so excited someday to introduce her to plant-based foods and just hopefully help her have a better relationship with food than Brian and I grew up having. And there's so many things that I'm excited to share with her and adventures that we'll have together.
Yes.
But we definitely are really eager to get back in the kitchen. We still have recipes to release. We've been
cooking a lot more recently.
Yeah, we've been doing really great. Eating has been super great lately, so we'll update you guys on all that stuff, but we really just wanted to get this out there because we kind of felt like if we tried to do another video on a different topic, it's just hard to dance around it at this point because it's such a big part of our lives at this moment.
Yes. But we wanted also to kind of close this video out by thanking all of you.
Yes.
Thank you for the support, for the love, for some of you financially helping us out with the GoFundMe.
Yes.
You guys, even just the simple prayers that people have said over us have been immense and immeasurably overwhelming for us as people, because we never fully realized how much people actually cared until we started seeing all of the prayers and all of the good vibes that were being sent our way. But we just wanted to thank you guys seriously for all of the support, because you carried us through last year and you provided this place for us to be a little bit less worried about things that were happening.
Yeah. Financially
speaking, and even just in our own personal walk.
Yeah. And I do truly feel like if we didn't have the support of this community, we wouldn't be at this position right now.
No, we would not.
And, I'm not even even just being able to not only get me to a place where I got the best possible treatment that I could get to get me to this place that I'm at right now, but then also to get us to the point where we could really, we weren't worried as much financially and all that stuff about because the expenses that go along with all of this stuff are just insane. You can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to say we will talk about the GoFundMe stuff as well. I do want to chat about that a little bit. There is money left, so I want to kind of explain what the plans are for that money. And, we definitely have the best of intentions. We've been very, very careful with all of that. So,
yes.
Thank you again. Thank you for giving us a chance to get, I don't even want to say some kind of normalcy back, but just I feel like this is chapter 2 of our lives.
Yeah.
I don't know, book, maybe volume 2, maybe it's not a chapter, but
yes.
I feel like we're just kind of on this path, and a really big part of it is because of all of you.
Yes. And because of you guys And because of the prayers and because of all of that kind of stuff, you guys are in part responsible for this life being created.
Yeah.
You guys put us in a place where we could actually create another life that we are bringing into this world, another Krock, another little girl, and that is mind-boggling to me, just how amazing that actually is.
Yeah. And I don't think we'll ever be able to adequately thank you.
We can't.
Just like we'll never be able to adequately thank Tess. Like I keep thinking of ways that, like, how could we possibly begin to, you know, thank you guys, thank Tess, thank everybody, but just know that we are just humbled by all of it, and we love you guys.
Absolutely. We love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and click the bell that is right next to it. You'll get notified whenever we post a new video. You can also find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, where I'm sure we will be updating more and more about this, us and Elsie, as the days and weeks go on. But I think that's all I got for this one.
That's definitely all I got.
That's definitely all Elsie has too. We will see you next time on Crocks in the Kitchen. Bye.